tell me something about yourself.
Sir, I belong to Devariya district of Uttar Pradesh and I did my schooling from there only. Thereafter, I completed my graduation with statistics and mathematics from Uttar Pratap Autonomous College in 2018 and thereafter my post-graduation with statistics and computing from Banaras Hindu University in 2020. Thereafter, I started preparing for government exams related to statistics and apart from my academic background, my hobbies include reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita and I also practice yoga and meditation for my physical and mental well-being.
Okay. And you said that your extracurricular activities include yoga, meditation, and reading Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, sir.
Like in the present modern world, how do you see the importance of Bhagavad Gita?
Sir, in modern world, the impact of reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita is very significant because, in my personal opinion, whenever I feel like uh, there is nothing goes right, or whenever there is much, because there is so much chaos in personal life, so Gita provides us a way which we should follow to achieve our whatever aim.
Which particular part of the Gita you like the most?
Sir, so there are different paths provided by Sri Krishna which I followed, but of which karma path I liked most because I follow, and everyone I think follow in his or her day-to-day life.
So, like, but in the book of Bhagavad Gita, the epic, which particular part? What do you say? Karma.
Nishkam karma, which is the crux
Niskam.
of Gita. Yes, sir.
Okay, that is the good. And what is the difference between the Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata?
So, Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata. Is a very little part. It is actually a conversation between Sri Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, whereas Mahabharata is completely it is a broader aspect.
What core concept Sri Krishna gave to the Arjuna? Core concept, if I have to summarize, if you have to summarize in one word, how do you summarize the Bhagavad Gita?
Doing our duties irrespective of thinking
I'm
about
saying I have said either one word or one phrase you have to use just to
niskam
introduce
karma. Sir, niskam karma.
Niskam Karma. How do
Yes,
you
sir.
say it in English?
The niskam karma. Sir,
How do you say it in English? Because
okay.
someone is from the foreign countries. How do you explain them in one word if someone asks? Okay, no worry. So,
So,
like, how do you decided to come into the Indian Statistical Service?
sir, during my post graduation, one of my seniors have achieved all India rank 3 that year. So from that, it it motivated me to pursue career because I am already pursuing career in statistics.
What's the
So
name of your senior?
Atul Kumar Singh, Mr. Atul
Okay,
Kumar Singh.
Atul. Good. And so from there you got the motivation of coming into the ISS.
Yes, sir. From there, yes, sir. I started and I started Google about it and its role and responsibilities and how I can contribute
So how you
in
can
this.
contribute by being the ISS officer?
Sir, ISS provides us opportunity uh, to contribute in a because ISS Indian Statistical Service officers do a variety of jobs from conducting economic census to GDP and other national social service. So it impacts in decision making and making policies to the government, which impacts in a larger section of the society.
Okay. And like in objective way, what is the role actually? What role do you play? Exactly the functions of ISS. What is the functions of ISS?
So, data compilation, data analysis, and making decision based on that analysis.
Okay. And do you know some of the controversies related to the Indian statistical system of India? Do you have listened about any controversies?
So,
Or
not controversies, but there I have read some its deficiencies, some of it,
what are those
which
deficiencies you have read?
the first one is data gap, which is there because in recent we have seen census delay. So it is creating a problem in making policies and other benefits.
What are the
So
reason of delay in the census?
the one significant reason is COVID-19 pandemic because
COVID-19, you don't think that it's just the redundant reason that someone is providing?
sir,
Because
apart from
COVID-19 has gone in 2022. After that, everything has is in on the way. But till now it's about 2025. It has not started their census.
yes sir, one of the reason is COVID-19 and others are like 2021 census is going to be on online basis. So developing methodologies and other technical things, it requires time and although it is not conducting in a full-fledged manner, but some ad hoc surveys are recently going on to see efficacy of online mode like CAPI. So government has started and yes,
What
sir.
will be the impact of this data gap that you have seen in the last 3 years? Like this 3 year data gap will impact in which manner the society and the policies?
Yes, sir. Sir, it will impact society and policies as well because in society, government provide different credits to the, for example, farmers. So the data is based on the 2011 census only, but as we are seeing that population is growing day by day, so updation of the nominees is required. So it is not as up to the date. So it is first problem, and sir, there is a women reservation bill, which is also on the basis of 2021 census, but due to delay, it is also being delayed. And also, sir, delimitation process, which is to create political boundaries. So it is also being delayed because it is have to be set by 2026. So these are the some things which is
Okay, and so we are talking about census, and I'm sure that you must have gone through the procedure of conducting the census. So can you
yes,
explain the process of conducting a national census?
yes, sir. Sir, in India, it is conducted in two phases. First one is house listing and housing census, and the second one is population enumeration.
So these are the two phases.
Yes, sir.
How many questions, how many objectives was in the year 2021? That means
Sir,
how many topics, like on how many topics questions were framed in the 2021 census?
sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall it
Oh,
right now.
okay, so tell me how the GDP is calculated and what is the GDP of India at this time?
Sir, GDP is the total value of all goods and services produced in a country in a given time period or in a given year. And sir, in recent time, it is calculated by gross value added method.
Okay. What
Sir,
is the value?
recent, sir, is its current value, I don't know right now, but it's aimed to become 5 trillion economy by
What was your optional subject in paper 4?
the demography and statistical quality control.
Okay, demography and statistical quality control. So, can you discuss the importance of demographic statistics in planning public services, to be concrete?
Yes, sir. Sir, demographic data such as death and birth, mortality, fertility, it is basic need in making policies by the government and also making, sir, for example, recently Ayushman Bharat Yojana was extended. So in that scenario also demographic data are being used to see how many beneficiaries will be there and what will be the cost to the government.
Now, suppose you have gone to have the data, then obviously there will be the problem of trust that you know already, that
Yes,
there
sir.
are the problem of confidentiality and trust to the respondents who are giving you the data. How do you deal with the trust of the respondents? Like if they are not wanting you to give the data, then how do
Mhm.
you deal with them?
So, first of all, I will tell them the principles which we are following
But
by
they are
taking.
not well qualified candidates. They are just the villagers and they do not want to learn these things.
Yes, sir.
You are a public servant, and in such case you have to like deal with them in a manner that they want, not in the manner that you professionals know.
Sir, in that scenario, I will try to tell them about the benefit of data. How can it benefit to
What do
them
you say
also,
about the
not
benefit of
us
data?
especially, because it is for making policies and anything related to them only. So I will try to tell them the need of data, why it is collected, and in how manner it can be useful for them.
Good. Okay, but then as well, according to me, that in the village areas, females and even non-literate people will not try to give the data because they have worry about a lot of things. Got the point? So, uh,
Yes,
like
sir.
what you do exactly?
So we can contact to the uh, sir, we call in Hindi Gram Pradhan. We can contact to them. We
Head of
can
the
tell them
village or the local
to
personalities.
yes, sir, to convince people that we are not going to misuse their trust
Yes.
and we are going to do it in a efficient
Okay,
manner so
suppose
that
you have collected the data
yes, sir.
and there are now non-responses. So, what statistical methods will you use to deal with the non-responses? You must have studied some of the statistical
Yes,
methodology,
sir.
because there will be non-response bias in the data.
Yes, sir. It will be there. Sir, I am unable to recall that name. I have studied it, but right now I'm not able to get it.
Generally, when we talk about data, there are two types of data that we talk. One is administrative data, another is survey data. What is the difference?
Well, in my opinion, administrative data like data which is available to the on the website of the government. For example, how many persons have been filed income tax returns. So on the basis of that, economic data can be collected. Whereas survey data is like primary data. We have to go to collect the data from the respondent.
So survey data is a primary data.
Yes, sir.
Like whenever a survey is being done, a enumerator goes to the people, they collect the data, is it?
Yes, sir. It is a primary data.
Okay, so every month CPI is calculated and released.
Yes, sir.
How they collect the data for calculating CPI? Okay, let's go.
Sorry, sir. I'm unable to
Okay.
find the answer.
And there are something. Could you please explain the hypothesis testing? What is the
Yes, sir.
main concept of hypothesis testing, main objective?
Sir, hypothesis. Sir, hypothesis means that to test any statement, and so in hypothesis testing, we used to test the null hypothesis.
Tell me.
Sir, we are going to in hypothesis testing, we are going to test about parameter true value of a parameter from a population, whether it is equal or not,
Okay.
or
So,
whether it differs significantly or not.
do you have studied statistics well now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is random variable?
Sir, random variable, mathematically, if I say random variable is a function which maps from sample space to the set of real numbers.
Good. Is there any other conditions to get there? Or any function which maps from the sample space to the real number will be a random variable?
Sir, as far as I remember, it is a any function,
Any function.
measurable function.
Any measurable function. What is the meaning of measurable?
Uh,
Because once you say measurable, obviously the
yes, sir.
like their definition is completed, but then what is the meaning of measurable?
Sorry, sir. I don't know the answer.
Okay, and what is the difference between probability mass function and probability density function?
Sir, probability mass function is value of the function at some points, discrete points, and density function if the values are defined on the set of in the term of interval. So it is
And it is
linear
called density
distribution.
function.
Density function, yes, sir.
Do you have a study regression analysis as well?
Yes, sir.
So if I am giving you the R square value, what is the R square value? You know about R
Sir,
square?
yes, sir, it is coefficient of determination.
What's the interpretation of this?
Sir, if for example, if R square is equal to 0.8, so it tells that
Yeah, tell me.
yes, sir, can I take a moment?
Yeah, yes.
Sir, sir, I think if R square is equal to 0.8, it means that we are 80% 80% confident that data come from the which population we are concerning.
What is the difference between the stratified sampling and cluster sampling?
Sir, in stratified sampling, we first define population into different strata, and then from each strata, a unit is selected. And whereas in cluster sampling, population is divided into different clusters, and uh, from that cluster, a whole cluster is selected, and there is one more dissimilarity between them is that so in stratified sampling, within strata they are more homogeneous, and in cluster sampling, data between clusters are homogeneous, whereas within they are heterogeneous.
Mm. What is about the employment? Like at this time, you may have seen that unemployment is at the peak. So if you are being assisted, you have to assist some ideas about eradicating the educated unemployment. What will be that?
So first one is to give them job in respective field in which they are educated.
But from where government will give the job? There are various administrative issues,
Yes, sir.
and there are lots of people who are educated now.
Sir, they can first they can provide some internship, uh, so that they can gain some skills which are useful for this industry oriented aspect.
Do you
So
know any
and
skill development program that is going on at this time?
uh, the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is there.
Okay. So isn't it benefiting the youth?
Sir, is it benefiting?
So that means it's working. Then also there are
Yes, sir.
a huge amount of educated unemployed in the country.
Yes, sir. Sir, due to large population in our country, there is a because their innovation is going very rapidly changing, and education is like not at par with with the skills which are required to the industry. So there is no doubt there is educated Indians, but there is a need to upskill and reskill them so that they can fit to the given environment.
Mhm. So actually, you are doing meditation and a lot of things,
Yes,
and
sir.
it works generally in the handling the pressures whenever required.
Yes,
So
sir.
how would you handle the pressure if given multiple deadlines for statistical reports in short time frame? Because there can be situations in your job when you will be given short time frame and you have to publish a lot of reports. So in such situation, how do you deal? Because your senior will be pressurizing you.
So first of all, I will try to do my job as efficiently as possible
But
to
besides, your family is also there. Suppose you became married, then after
yes, sir.
this is the situation. So you have to put some time on the family as well.
Sir, I will try to manage as much as possible because
How do you manage?
family will be supporting, I guess.
Obviously, they will be
So
supporting, but they will
yes,
be having some expectations from you.
yes, sir.
Yes. So how do you deal with it? There will be something like work-life balance or not.
Sir, there definitely work-life balance is very necessary in this age, in this time.
Suppose you
Sir,
have to, yeah, tell me.
sir, I will try to manage it as because I'm doing yoga and meditation, so it calms my mind and makes me composed at the time of like a stress situation. So it will going to help me in that situation. And apart from that, uh, beyond my in my capacity, everything which I can do, I will do.
Okay, so that is the case. And that's it. We will provide you the feedback, and that I will try to provide after some time. So you'll be notified over WhatsApp that when will be your feedback session. Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Can I ask some questions?
Yeah, please.
Sir, apart from interview,
Yeah.
sir, I have done graduation in geography as one of my subjects. So it is, I'm like, there might be questions from that also because I think you haven't noticed it, but
Yeah, then they will ask. And in the geography, there is a topic remote sensing.
it's a
And
remote.
so in that particular part, there are lots of statistics used.
Yes,
You will
sir.
be
In
asked. There
large
are
data
double
set.
sampling
Yes.
plan that is also being used in the geography a lot.
Sir,
So
one, I haven't
double sampling plan, you know,
double sampling. Oh, yes, sir.
yes, that is being used in the forest sampling. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, these are the plans that you can study. So there will be questions on that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Is there any other question that you may have?
Sir, okay, in feedback, I will ask other
Okay.
question.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.